Alright folks, I'll tell you what I got going on today. It's a Saturday. I was supposed to go hunting with my son today. It's a special youth day in South Carolina. We talked about going hunting. And then he saw what the temperatures are. It's going to be in the 90s today. And he asked me last night, he said, how bad do you want to go? And I could tell there was a little hesitation. He's been sick also. So he's been a little bit dehydrated and everything. I said, son, I'll be honest with you, it's totally up to you. If you don't want to go tomorrow, I said, that's fine, I understand it's going to be hot and miserable. Really, the fun hunting will be over by 9 o'clock. So he opted to stay in bed and get some rest. So I tell you all this because if we weren't going hunting, I'd planned to fish a tournament that's on Lake Wiley today. And of course, we decided it's late, last minute last night. And I said, nah, I don't want to get my stuff together. Got to get the live well together. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I talked myself out of it. But what I decided to do was come out here and fish it like I'm fishing the tournament and just see how it goes. Either A, I'll be really mad that I didn't enter, or B, which is the most likely scenario, is I'll be going, yeah, glad I didn't give them my money. So anyway, I'm going to fish this kind of as a big fish day, trying to put 2 fish in the boat. That is the limit on this tournament, and see what's going to win it. My prediction, I'm thinking mid 60-ish, upper 60-ish, 70-ish, 65 to 70 pounds will end up winning this tournament. So we'll see. And we'll see if I come close. Well guys, I'm a firm believer that generally speaking, when you're fishing for big fish, trying to catch big fish, if you're catching a lot of fish, you're probably in the wrong place. I know there's some exceptions to that, but I really believe that when you're trying to catch big fish, and at least in my experience when I've caught really big fish, I haven't been catching a lot of fish. I've talked to some other guys, kind of the same thing, so I don't know that they're necessarily loners, but it just seems like the big fish tend to stay away from the little fish. So it's probably like the big kids don't like to hang around with the little kids because they get on their nerves. I don't know. So I'm trying to hit some places where I don't really expect to catch a lot of little fish. So we'll see how it plays out. Well, folks, that first spot was unproductive. I sat there for 2 hours, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And it was so boring. I did a 90-minute live YouTube show from up there. Answered a bunch of your questions. Chatted with a bunch of people. Never caught a fish though. So I've made a move, trying another spot. Seeing if I can find me a flathead or a blue here. Still digging. Did have a tournament boat show up there. There they go down the lake. Must have struck out. We got a little fish. A little fish. This is not a tournament fish that we need, but it's a fish. We can get a skunk out of the boat anyway. Daggone. It's been tough. Butt whipping. We've been spanked. We've been spanked. Channel cat. 3-pounder. 3.5. Alright guys, I know the bite's not going to be great today, but that ain't going to do us any good. We'll call it. Got one in the boat. Alright guys, this little spot was fairly shallow. I probably gave it longer than I needed to here. A good long soak, 1 fish, that's it. Generally, when I'm shallow, I either catch them quick or I don't, especially during the day. Sometimes at night that changes, fish move in and out, but I think I've given this long enough. It's time to move on. Why is this so slack? Boom, because there's a fish on it. A fish that just pulled off. Ah, dang. That's what day it is. It's miss every fish that bites day. I think he was eating A little bit bigger than he was. So if I got a little feller on here. Little feller. A little feller? No. I got one to swim off with the bait. Hopefully he keeps it in his mouth until I can get the hook pulled tight on him. He's swimming at the boat. Nope. You know, it's funny. I knew the bite was going to be slow today. I wasn't expecting a lot. I figured maybe a fish an hour. I've had a fish, period. It's bad. I mean, it's really slow. And I've covered a lot of water. Tried a lot of stuff. Gave it a lot of time, anchored. And not even any little fish. And I've got kind of a mix of bait out there. I mean, stuff that I think little fish should hit. But it's bad. Be curious to see what the weigh-in is. I was thinking that there would be a lot of people with 25 to 30 pounds. I'm kind of starting to wonder about that now myself. Sticking to my guns though, I think it's going to be upper 60s to win it. 65, 70 pounds, somewhere in there. Alright, made a run up the river. See if they turn any water on. Only water release out of the dam. The bad thing is it's Saturday. Generally they don't release water on Saturday, except under some unique conditions. It's a peak demand water deal. Peak demand for electricity, so that's kind of when they release it. It may still come on, don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hang around and fish the entire tournament hours. But it could make a difference, may not make a difference. So far I got up here, no water's moving, decided to drag some baits. And so far, no bites. I think I had a planer board with a fish on it. I'm sitting there fiddling with some stuff and it looks like there may be a fish on it. Again, the way my day's been going. Does have a fish. Does have a fish. I'll be gentle with it. It feels little like a channel cat. I'll nurse it in so at least I have a limit. Easy, little feller. Easy. This is sad. I hope he's hooked good. That, my friends, is my 2-fish limit. Horrendously bad bite. Horrendously bad. One of the wisest decisions I've made in a while to not enter that tournament. So I'm coming down the lake and I look over and I see something white. First thing I think to myself is, hey, that's a big dead catfish. Look a little bit closer, and I think I see antlers. Let this boatway get by. That looks like a dead deer. A buck at that. And it might even be a nice one. Dadgum. Nice little 8-pointer. Not sure what happened to him. Apparently he could not make the swim. It's a good looking deer. Any wound on him. What if he tried swimming the river and didn't make it? Yes, folks, nature is not always kind. Deer can swim pretty good, but depending on where they go in the water, how far they have to swim, they don't always make it. Not sure if that deer got hit by a boat, drowned, or just died. Who knows? Good deer though. Nice looking buck. Alright folks, the one thing that I get to do that the guys in the tournament don't get to do is go home. Just ain't good fishing. Just ain't no fun. It's hot this afternoon. There's a lot of pleasure boat traffic. It's time to go home. I hope you enjoyed this video for what it's worth. Consider subscribing, smash the thumbs up, and be sure to hit the bell so you'll be notified when new videos come out. We look forward to seeing you on the water.